Okay, so let's see. So we are going to discuss a little bit about progress, okay? So what does it mean that I am making progress? How am I progressing? So when it comes to a domestic violence program, anger management program, a parenting program, co-parenting program, how do I know I am making progress? How do I know I am learning and applying the discuss interventions that I am learning from the program? So something to keep in mind is that a program that is certified by the courts or probation department, it's a program, right? It's a program that offers a psychoeducational counseling method to those individuals who had been ordered by the courts, or probation, or other agencies to attend and participate and successfully complete the program. So there is a criteria, but the basic principle right here to show evidence that the individual is making progress obviously would be to do the opposite he or she was doing before. For example, if there was a case of domestic violence, the main goal is to stay violence free. And to stay violence free means that the individual is not using any kind of violence anymore, such as emotional, verbal, physical, sexual, financial abuse, and so forth. Now, I mean, it sounds terrible, right? It sounds terrible, those types of abuse. And those types of abuse are never to occur, never to take place within a relationship, within a family environment. But it happens. Mhm. It happens. So the main goal then is to stay violence free by learning and implementing coping skills, calming techniques, conflict resolution skills, assertive, open, clear, respectful communication. So um, that's one part. The other part has to do with not only learning those coping skills or those discuss interventions, but also to go through a process of recovery, to go through a process of healing, because there is a baggage, there is a baggage or las cargas that the individual carries within himself or herself since he or she was a little one growing up. And we may call those painful situations or cargas traumas, fears, unresolved issues that the individual faced in the past. So now, learning coping skills to stay violence free, it's good. But there is something else that needs to happen within the process of learning those coping skills. That would be the other part would be to identify and to get in touch with, who you really are within yourself, within your heart, within your mind, within your spirit. And that's what we call reconnecting with yourself. Reconnecting with yourself through meditation, through personal reflection, through Breathe in and breathe out. Mindfulness, you know, practical tools. And within this approach, there is something called a spiritual balance. Nothing to do with religion, okay? But it has to do with reconnecting with who you are within yourself. That's what I think and believe a spiritual balance is. Reconnecting with who you are inside your heart, your mind, your spirit. And something very significant, to reconnect with Mother Earth, Earth Mother. So this is according to Saint Bear and so many other traditional, ancestral teachings. So going back to the roots, going back to reconnecting with Earth Mother, reconnecting with Mother Nature, to experience that special time in the mountains, in the river, going to the ocean. But we need to have a good intention. And the intention should be to restore our energies in the forest, in the mountains. Breathe in, breathe out. Not only to distract yourself when you go to those sacred places, but also to have an intention to stay focused, to breathe in, breathe out, to be around Mother Nature and allow that sacred environment within, let's say, the mountains. Let's say Sequoia Park or Yosemite. Those are perfect examples. Just being there, being present, doing meditation, reflection, breathing the fresh air from the pines and so forth. So I think that's going to be very helpful. I think that's going to be a significant process of reconnecting with who you are within yourself. And the key right here is to do it. So less thinking and more doing. So less thinking means, not to overthink so many things, because then, people experience or trigger or develop anxiety, frustration, despair. So overthinking about situations that worry you may not help you to maintain your balance or your spiritual balance. So think less of situations and do more of what you believe you are to do. Such as, we discussed something about responsibility and accountability. So doing something to restore the damage we have done, especially when it comes to domestic violence. And that would be accountability. Yes, I'm responsible for what I did to my wife, to my husband, to my children, to my family, but I'm also accountable. That means I'm going to restore the damage done, because within the domestic violence program, one of the main principles is accountability. I'm going to restore what I have done wrong. And that would be possible not only through a class or learning these skills, but to go inside your heart, your spirit, your mind, and allow that painful situation within yourself to start healing, to start restoring. And a good way to do it is through the talking circle. Everybody is going to have the palabra, the word, the talking stick, to talk about how he or she feels about, their experience. Obviously, you know, people will choose, individuals choose to do it. No one is forced, no one is told to do it, but it's within the healing circle that that experience takes place. You know, someone talks, someone says, someone expresses, and then what we do within the healing circle, we just listen. We show respect. We try our best to understand what that person is going through. And we create a safe space so everybody may feel free to, be present. So, making progress then is not only learning the discuss interventions and applying them, but also to allow yourself to heal those areas that had been bothering you, annoying you for so many years. And no one knows exactly but you. So, once we combine the learning stuff, the application of those interventions, and then allowing myself to heal, that becomes an act of power. That becomes un acto de poder. So an act of power means something that we learn and that we practice and we apply it, and it becomes part of our daily life. So breathing techniques, positive thinking, positive self-talk, taking walks, timeouts, conflict resolution skills, anger management skills, healthy parenting skills, and healing, right? So healing goes along with those, coping skills that we learn. So the significant part here is healing, okay? So healing means to feel way much better about who you are within yourself. Mm-hmm. While applying those coping skills that we already discussed. So now the question is, what have I learned so far in the program? What particular coping skills or discuss interventions have I learned? And how are those coping skills or discuss interventions helping me to continue doing well? And number two, what areas of my life experience have I been able to identify? What areas within myself have I identified within myself to heal? Or what do I want to heal within myself? So I think those are very good questions. So it's not only doing the program and complying with the cord and showing the certificate, but also knowing within yourself that you are healing, that you feel better, that you had been restoring your spiritual balance, and so forth. So I think this short video is helpful, and it gives you some kind of idea to continue doing great, to continue doing well, to continue looking forward to learn and apply those coping skills, and also to heal. To heal. So let's breathe in. And breathe out. One more time. So far, so great. Okay, So thank you for your time and your participation, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.